Hey, Hound Dogs, I'm David Hankins,
I'm Paul Hankins.
And I'm Trevor Hankins.
and you're on the air with Power Squared. Next week, we're going to talk a little bit more about what to expect from Power Squared in 2025, but we have a special announcement today about SRCC Press, and it involves Trevor's book.
Like five of you may remember that when this podcast is only audio, I hinted at working on a comic a while back. I can't remember like when exactly or what number, but
A while back,
yeah.
several years.
Yeah, like years ago. Anyway, so I think I'm finally ready to announce what it is.
Okay.
It's called, we're up on the screen for those watching the video. It's called The Blade of Miracles, and you can hopefully expect it to come out in 2025.
Okay, so you want to tell us a little bit about what Blade of Miracles is about? Give us the elevator pitch.
It's sorry. It's about it's set in a world inspired by loosely inspired by the legend of King Arthur. It's about a rabbit named Jack who is seeking out the magical sword Excalibur because it has the power to grant any wish.
Okay, and he's not King Arthur. He's just another person looking for the sword.
Yes.
Okay. Where'd the idea come from for you?
Literally, it came to me in a dream.
Okay. Oh, so some of the best works come to people in dreams.
Because I was as I was dreaming something, I woke up to I woke up to Rhapsody of Fire.
Okay.
And it just kind of blended.
Okay. So it's how many issues do you have?
12.
Okay, and you wrote and drew and colored this yourself.
Yes.
So this is a creator-owned creation.
Yes.
And I understand Paul helped with editing.
Yes.
Is that right, Paul?
Yes. I also helped with a little bit of the dialogue.
Okay.
Because he has a degree.
Yes, he has a degree in
Yeah.
Camera's kind of glitching, so I'm going to switch to the other
Okay.
one.
It looks like we're broadcasting through a Coke bottle. Yeah, it's not glitching. So, okay.
For our audio-only listeners, we were having technical problems because we're adjusting to Windows 11.
Yeah, apparently. So, besides Jack, are there other characters in the story?
Yes. I can say in the first issue, he also meets knight named Lancelot,
Okay.
who is also looking for the sword for his own purposes.
All right. Is this does this take place before the Round Table, or is this take place after the death of King Arthur? Or?
Well,
I hope I didn't ruin the legend for anybody out there.
I see this as taking place like before table thing.
Okay, all right. So he meets Lancelot. Is there any other? Does he meet the Lady of the Lake? That kind of stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't want to give too much away, but yes, the Lady of the Lake appears as a recurring character,
Okay.
and her I guess backstory is given early on.
Okay. So it's 12 issues. Now, I can imagine that it took you a long time to put this together. And did you have any sort of like redo some of it, or you know what I mean? Did you change your mind about the look of a character or anything like that?
Yeah, a lot of it. Part of it was part of the reason it ended up taking a few years to make was because I was trying to like figure out the designs of the characters as I went.
Okay.
I wanted to make sure they all felt like they belonged in the same world.
Okay. Now, just asking because I know, but these are not human characters necessarily.
As you alluded to, it takes place in a world of anthropomorphic animals because for some reason I find animals easier to draw.
So you're drawing animals that sort of look like people, but I mean they're not. Obviously, they're animals.
They're anthropomorphic.
Okay, so
Think like Zootopia.
right. No, I'm just saying they're sort of they kind of act like people would, but they're animals.
Yes.
Okay. And what was your process for putting this together? I mean, did you sit down and write the script out, or did you start drawing it, or half and half, or?
Well, what I did was I spent a while trying to think of an outline, and then the outline, even after I finally figured out the proper storyline, the outline still kind of changed as I went, but I wrote it out in an outline, and then I sketched it. I sketched the pages in analog, and I kind of came up with the dialogue as I went because I still had a general idea of what the character is going to say.
Okay.
And then I did everything else digitally based on my sketches.
Okay. So you would start analog. Would you then scan those into digital and then draw over that, or how did that work?
Basically that.
Okay. Yeah, because I remember you were doing little look like thumbnails,
Yes.
and you would blow those up and work from that.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, would you envision doing that again, or would you work more digitally only or analog only in the future? I mean, is there one that you prefer to work in over another?
I feel like generally I kind of sketch faster in analog, but sketching out like 20 consecutive pages per issue still took a while.
So, how did you decide on 20 pages an issue?
because that's how many Power Squared is.
That was out of cheapness on my part.
Typically a comic or manga chapter is like 20 to 24 pages.
Okay, well, I mean that works. I'm just wondering, just trying to go through the process, not challenging your decision.
Although of course there are differences for like monthly manga, like for example Ultra Jump or like pilot chapters of manga are usually like pretty long.
Okay.
Because they have to set everything up and entice the reader. The visuals in my comic, I took a lot of influence from manga.
Okay. Well, you read a lot of it. It would make sense. It would be an influence.
Yes.
I
also had an influence on the designs.
Are there any other works that you're aware of that cover similar territory?
In what sense?
Well, I mean, are there other works that deal with, the Legend of King Arthur, or deal with that time period that you read or didn't read or heard about or anything like that? I'm just.
Well,
is this a? It's just waving that around. Is this a unique story that you're telling? No one else has told before. That's what I'm trying to get at.
I think it's a more unique spin on it. Yes.
Okay.
I will say I also kind of set a rule for myself while I was drawing it, not to watch Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I didn't want to end up referencing that.
Right. Probably a smart move.
For those listening, our camera is still glitching out, so I don't know what to do right now.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. I don't know if that's because
Just
we're
not as
hitting the
much.
table. I think it kind of makes it glitch a little. Okay, so you're planning on releasing this like once a month? Is that the idea at this point?
Yeah, I plan for it to be a monthly release.
Okay. And you see this being available in digital and print, or just digital, or print only, or?
I see it as digital and print, and I already figured out how to collect the issues into trades later.
How many trades do you envision?
It's 12 issues. I imagine there being 2 trades of. I'm not. For the record, I'm not like saying anything. This isn't concrete information,
Right.
but my plan is 2 trades of 6 issues each, because I kind of you can kind of divide it into halves. And then later there will be trade the collection that collects all 12.
Okay, wow.
I'll also met another sort of early influence on it was Bone.
Okay.
It had the potential to be a more ambitious story. I'm not Jeff Smith, so I just worked within my skill set at the time, and I was also like still getting used to Photoshop early on before I switched to Affinity at some point. So the art is the art might be a little janky, but I tried to clean it up.
Okay. Besides the time it takes to do it, were there any challenges that you had to overcome and to get it done?
Like learning Photoshop.
Yeah, I was still getting comfortable with drawing digitally. Because it actually wasn't until college that I was learning how to do that because, like, literally because no one, like, I knew about digital drawing, but, like, literally no one told me that that was until then, that was, like, a requirement for anything.
Okay. Being able to draw isn't good enough. You have to do it digitally. Now I understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I've gotten more comfortable at it, so I think that reflects in my I think that reflects in the art as it goes. Personally.
All right. Okay. So, is there anything else you want to say about your creation?
Well, I honestly think Arthurian purists will probably probably hate me for all the liberties I took.
Well, this is a different universe.
It's based more on the idea of King Arthur, but I still tried to do some research as I went to make sure I was representing certain things accurately.
Have you done? So, did you do a lot of research about King Arthur?
I did some, but I didn't do like a deep dive like I probably could have.
Okay. Well, you're just taking us. It's a pretty well-known story, and
That's in public domain.
well, yeah, and that you can, take liberties with. I mean, it's sort of like knowing, how the West was settled, and you could write a Western, but you're not necessarily trying to be 100% accurate to some story in particular, right?
Yeah.
Yes, this is sort of based on the legend of King Arthur, and I guess it's just kind of one part of it, looking for the Excalibur.
Yeah.
I don't.
I currently don't have any plans beyond the 12 issues, beyond like maybe a vague notion of a follow-up, but this is not a formal announcement.
So I'll ask Paul. You edited. Was it interesting working with your brother on a project? I know you guys have probably done this before.
Yeah, it was interesting working on a project like this. I kind of let him handle pretty much everything, but I still stepped in for some of the. I think I might have made notes on story because I have a degree.
Right.
And at some point I helped with dialogue, and I also gave some feedback on the art,
Okay.
like adding more detail in certain places or something like that.
Yeah, as I went, I kind of bounced ideas off of him, and going through the art, we figured out how to like add certain detail, add like this. There should be a panel. I think there should be a panel here, so we figured out what the best place to add that, and like also helping certain things like expository dialogue sound more natural.
All right. So you hadn't really done a lot of sequential storytelling, art-wise.
Not like this. No.
Right. This is it's a major. You're talking 240 pages. That's a lot of story, a lot of art.
Yes.
Okay.
Funny thing about like what liberties I took with it. I remember seeing like there this thread was internet thread was about like how what anime King Arthur that could actually be. There's like stuff that actually some stuff that actually happens in it, and like the argument is actually that it's not adaptations are not anime enough. I feel like based on that, I feel like I felt like I was onto something there, but that was. To clarify, that was not the catalyst. I only saw that later.
Are you planning to take this to any conventions or anything?
Possibly. I'm still figuring that out. Probably when it's ready to be published. Probably be like the same places you'll find Power Squared.
Oh, I see. Okay, that sounds good. So yeah, it's kind of cool to have another title under the SRCC Press banner. But
If you tried a project like this again, would you do all the issues up front again or one at a time?
Probably one at a time.
so you've learned some lessons from this.
Yes.
Okay.
Like doing all 12 at once takes way too long.
Yes. Well, if I did something like this again, I'd probably do it I would probably do it one at a time, but in a way that I don't feel like I'm pressuring myself, because that was one reason I waited so long.
Okay. Well, so right now there's no place on our website yet about this. We're figuring out how to get it up there.
Yes.
And when it is there, of course, we'll put it out in our newsletter for sure. And we can make an announcement on the show when it's there. We're just trying to figure out how to get it, because GoDaddy's kind of
Yeah.
got issues. Anyway, so we're trying to figure that out, and we'll get it up there. All right. Anything else you want to say about it?
I don't know.
Okay. Are you going to have this on your website?
I haven't thought that far ahead yet, but I might.
Probably should.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And we'll probably be available the same places that Power Square is available.
Yes.
In print and digital. Okay.
I guess I'll mention.
Very well. Also learning from mistakes we made with Power Square.
Mistakes.
I guess I'll mention this without formally announcing any titles or intent, but the same. Trevor and I had also kind of been collaborating on other projects where it's more split, where I'm doing the writing based off of an outline he has, and then he draws it.
Well, and when you get to that, ready to talk about it, we'll have you back on the show to talk about it.
I do have other projects in the works. I'm not, again, like you said, it's not a formal announcement or anything, but I also plan for them to be like shorter than 12-ish.
Okay. I think that's it for the show, unless you guys have something else you want to say.
Well, in that case, if you're watching this on YouTube later and you liked it, leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and leave a comment below if you are interested in the Blade of Miracles.
Also, if you're looking for a silent fidget toy, use our affiliate code Marty and Eli to save 10% off your purchase at onoroller.com.
So until next time, I'm David Hankins.
I'm Paul Hankins.
I'm Trevor Hankins.
And you've been on the air with Power Squared.